Unité 1, Niveau 3-4, page 10. This is a review of the present tense of the regular verbs ending in ER, IR, and RE. You'll need to find the stem of these verbs before adding your appropriate endings. To find the stem, first you need to remove the ER, the IR, or the RE. So if you look at the chart, you'll see chercher. You take off the ER, and then you put the ending on. So the ending would go after the H. So it would be E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, and ENT. Chercher, which means to look for or search. Je cherche, tu cherches, il cherche, nous cherchons, vous cherchez, il cherche. Now, when you go to an IR, there are more letters, and it is very important that you follow the steps of taking off the IR, because if you don't, you can end up with the wrong amount of I's, the wrong amount of S's, and you'll have spelling mistakes. So take off the IR, which then you'll have an L left at the end, and then you put the endings on IS, IS, IT, and then ISSONS, ISSEZ, and ISSENT. So you notice that nous, vous, and il plural have a longer ending. Now, you pronounce them je remplis, tu remplis, il remplit, nous remplissons, vous remplissez, ils remplissent. Notice that a double S in French is always an S sound, and a single S is a Z sound. So you'll find that in the verb choisir, you'll have je choisis with the Z sound when you have IS. But then when you say choisissons, you have a Z sound at the beginning, but then an S sound at the end. So it goes choisissons. So those are things to keep in mind. Now the verb remplir means to fill up, for example, a bottle of water, or to fill out a form, remplir un formulaire. Now the last one, REs, are very easy to change. They're very similar to the ERs, but what is different is the je and tu have an S at the end. So when you take off the RE, you put S at the end for je and tu, but then there's no ending at all for il, el, and on singular. So VEND, so no ending. And then the rest of the endings are the same as the ER, ONS, EZ, ENT. And when you pronounce them, je vends, tu vends, il vend, nous vendons, vous vendez, ils vendent. So how do you tell an il singular and an il plural? Well, you tell by pronunciation. So il vend is singular, ils vendent with the D is plural. Same thing here with pronunciation. Il remplit, but ils remplissent. So that's how you tell the difference. Il cherche, il cherche. This is the one you cannot tell. Okay? So ERs, you can't tell the difference in pronunciation from il singular to il plural. Cherche and cherche. They sound the same, and therefore you will always have to make sure you don't miss whatever is said before. So if they say Jacques et Marc, then you know it's an il plural. If they don't have any references, you won't know just by listening. Okay? All right, let's see if you can try the next part here. Okay? So here we have a few examples of ER verbs, what is going to fit in the sentence. Here we have Marie France. It's a hyphenated name. You see it's a hyphen, so it's one girl here. So we need to change the verb, and we have to pick something that makes sense with the sentence. So Marie France, and we have des céréales et du pain grillé. Well, what could she do with cereal and toast? So let's see. Well, she could probably eat them. So we're going to use the verb manger. So we take off the ER, and then we're going to write in the blank, Marie France mange. So we're going to say M-A-N-G-E. for example. Okay? All right, so you can do the rest of those. Now, this section here asks personal questions. Always remember that when you have to, you must answer with je. So in general, do you succeed or pass your exams? And you need to say either yes, I pass my exams, or no, I don't pass my exams. But remember, this has to change, and then this has to change. Okay? So you're going to say je réussis. And remember, the je and tu with the er verbs are spelled the same. Okay? So oui, je réussis à mes examens. Okay? All right. And again here, quelle langue est-ce que tes amis choisissent? All right. And what language do your friends choose? And again, you're talking about your friends, so you're not going to change the perspective because you're still talking about the same group of people. Okay? You're talking about your friends. You're not talking about yourself, and you're not saying you. So you're going to answer with, and it looks like the friends here have an E, so it's feminine. So you're either going to answer with either L plural, or you can say mes amis, and then you use the same verb as before. Mes amis choisissent, and then write whatever language it is. Okay? So you need to finish those. And then moving on, we have a section of RE verbs. So again, take off your RE, and what are people waiting for? Attendre means to wait. So we're going to say vous attendez, and the ending would be easy. Vous attendez le bus devant votre immeuble. You wait for the bus in front of your apartment building. Okay? So these are not questions, so you're not changing perspective here. You're going to keep the subject they give you. Okay? All right, go ahead and finish up your exercises.